I don't know what page I'm on, but I'm on the first animal. Over in the forest where the clean waters run lived a busy mother beaver and her little kit one. Oh. Build, said the mother. I build, said the one. So they helped build a lodge where the clean waters run. See up on the whiteboard, see that little, you see the one up there, right? See that little paw print beside it? Do you see that on your whiteboard? The paw print beside the one? Do you see that, Mrs. Balk?
Yeah.
Yeah?
The number 1.
There's the one, and there's the paw print beside it. Do you see that?
Do you know what that paw print is?
Do you see the one and see that paw print right beside it? We'll see this more clearly. There we go. So we'll see those on every page, and this one is for the beaver. Has anybody ever seen, what do beavers do? How can you recognize there's beavers around? Anybody know?
Water.
What was that?
Water.
The water is around. And if you see a tree, like a stump of a tree, and it's chewed off right around the top of it, that's a beaver that did that. And you could go over to Bonnie Mills by the little river at Bonnieville Park there, and there would be trees that the beavers chewed off the top of the tree on. So, and today we could probably see those paw prints. So I'm going to go to the next page and see who the next animal is. Oh, who is that in the back? Wait. That is Ashton in the back. Ashton, did you have a question? You got to talk real loud.
I saw a beaver. You know the water truck that's down there? Yeah, I saw the beaver under a car.
You saw a beaver under? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's. You know that's there at the splash pad? Yeah, so we saw a beaver there.
So you saw a beaver over in Bristol behind the Historic Museum?
Shh.
I heard it.
That wasn't a beaver. Shh. Hush. Come here. Okay, one more question before we go on to the deer, because I bet everybody has seen those. So who is that in the blue?
That's Addison.
Addison. Or
I seen 4 deer.
4 deer?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, today we could see so many deer if we were outside. Let's turn the page and read this next one about the deer. Okay? Perfect. Okay, so over in the forest, in the early morning dew, lived a hungry mother deer and her little fawns, too. Graze, said the mother. We graze, said the 2. So they grazed in the grass in the early morning dew. So I love it when we see the fawns with the spots still. So do you see the 2 there? And do you see the tracks right beside the 2 on the whiteboard? The paw prints. So that's, if we saw those out by the driveway today or out in the snow today, we'd know that those are deer tracks, right? And in the front, is that Bailey in the front?
Yeah.
Bailey, what was the question, Bailey?
Yeah. It was like before this corona happened. I with my dad and I saw one of them tracks.
You did? That's so cool when you see their tracks, and there's so many out there right now. Okay, let's go to the next page. Oh, and I missed somebody's hand in the back. Oh, is that, who is that in the back? McCormick. Okay, hi. Yes.
I saw maybe deer crossing the road like 3.
It's really neat when you see them. It's really neat. You get to think about how they live out there in the woods and in the cornfields and in our yards. They're living in a different world than we are, but we're all just living right next to each other. Let's read a couple more pages. See what else is out in the forest. Over in the forest, I'm on the next page. In a hollow of a tree lived a shy mother possum and her little Joeys 3. That's what the babies are called. Ride, said the mother. We ride, said the 3. So they rode on her back from the hollow of a tree. The possums. So here we could see possums too. Here we have the 3, and there's the paw prints for the possums. We could have I actually have a little scarf that has all the paw prints of these little animals on it. So if I had that with me when I was outside, I'd be able to know what those animals were. McCormick, you have something else?
Also whenever my niece was like leaving to work, she saw one of those.
What? You're gonna have to say it one more time.
Whenever my niece went to work, she saw one of those possums.
She saw
Oh,
his grandma saw a possum on her way to work.
I know. They're kind of a little, okay, I'm going to say that they're funny looking because they got some funny looking tails on them. They've got some pretty funny looking tails and a really, really sharp pointed nose on them. Okay, let's go to the next page.
We're never going to get through the book if we talk between every.
Won't. So we'll have to. Yeah. So we'll go through the animals quick, but make sure you look at the paw prints too, because then when you go outside and tonight when you're out maybe playing in the snow, which isn't really happening, Mrs. Balk doesn't think it's really snowing, but it might be a little bit snowing, then you'll be able to maybe recognize some of these paw prints, some of the tracks in the snow. So over in the forest on the damp woodland floor lived a mother box turtle and her little hatchlings 4. Hide, said the mother. We hide, said the 4, so they hid in their shells on the damp woodland floor. And they can hide pretty good. I think there's some other I think there might be something else in there too. I think there's some salamanders in there. You know what? I have a friend she lives in Kentucky and she just loves salamanders. She's had salamanders for pets. She's about my age, and she's had salamanders for pets ever since she was your age, since she was a little girl. She knows if there's salamanders in a wood, she knows how to find the salamanders. I just turned the page. Are we good still, Mrs. Balk?
Yep.
Yes. Okay. Just turn the page. Oh, this is a good one. I just saw these guys this morning. Over in the forest where wild berries thrive lived an old mother turkey and her little poults 5. Scratch, said the mother. We scratch, said the 5. So they scratched the ground where the wild berries thrive. Look at the tracks from the turkey. Look at those tracks from the turkey. Those are really easy to recognize if we see them out there. How big would a turkey track be? The turkey I saw this morning was this big. It was this big. So how big would the turkey tracks be? Show me. Would they be this big? Would they be this big? Would they be this big? The feet of a turkey. Show me. Maybe like that. Maybe like a lot of them are probably like that. Maybe up to about that big. So some of the time looking at how big these tracks are can tell us what animal we're looking at too. Oh, I'm on to the next page. Over in the forest doing acrobatic tricks lives a lively mother squirrel and her little kits 6. Leap, said the mother. We leap, said the 6. So they leaped through the trees doing acrobatic tricks. And look at their tracks. Look at their paw prints there. They look very cute. They kind of look like a little bit of a hand, the squirrels. How big would the foot of a squirrel be? Show me with your hands. The foot of a squirrel. How big is that going to be? It's going to be pretty darn small and it really teeny, teeny, teeny because the squirrel is only this big. So his foot is probably only this big. Okay, let's look at the next one. Oh, now this looks a little different than the ones we see around here, but we have these here too. Over in the forest, in a tree that reached towards heaven, lived a mother woodpecker and her little chicks 7. Rap, said the mother. We rap, said the 7. So they rap, tat, 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 on a tree that reached toward heaven. So what does it sound like when those woodpeckers are? They get on my house. I hear them on my house all the time. What do they sound like? Anybody know? Can you show me? Can you show me? Can you show me what they sound like? Is it like that? Is it like that? That is what they're doing. They're just tap, tap, tapping. Okay, going to the next page. We will get done on time. Oh, I know these guys too. Over in the forest where they are very late lived a mother raccoon and her little kits 8. Drink, said the mother. We drank, said the 8. So they dunked and they dabbled as they ate very late. The raccoons, I like their little paw prints. Their little paw prints. When we see their little paw prints, they kind of look like little hands. It looks like maybe there was a little baby hand there when I see a paw print from a raccoon. They look nice. Have any of you seen raccoons? Let's see some hands. Yeah, we've seen raccoons. We see raccoons. A couple more pages, and then we'll hear a couple stories from you, and then we'll be done. Okay. Over. What's this one? What is that's a skunk. Over in the forest near an evergreen pine lived a musky mother skunk and her little kits 9. Spray, said the mother. We spray, said the 9. So they sprayed stinky stuff near an evergreen pine. And their paw prints are a little bit different. That's a lot of babies. That's a lot of skunk babies.
But they look so cute as babies.
And
There it goes.
And over in the forest with his mate in a den lived a father red fox and his little kits 10. Pounce, said the father. We pounce, said the 10. So they pounced on the prey that they brought to their dens. Do you think there's foxes around Bristol?
Yeah.
Yes. How many of you have seen a red fox?
I saw like 10 of them.
10 of them. Were they all together?
Yeah, and some of them went in the den. I have a den in my house, and foxes. I always see foxes in there.
And what does a fox den look like? Wait a minute. Who am I speaking to? Wait. Is it Bailey?
Yeah.
Bailey. So Bailey, what does a fox den look like?
I don't really know because I didn't really see it that much.
Yeah. Is it like in the woods or in your yard?
It's in my backyard.
So if you walked out in the backyard, what would it look like? Is it a big hole?
Yeah, it's a pretty big hole.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. A fox den is a hole. It's a hole, and somewhere we don't really know what it looks like inside. Somebody does. There's people that study that. Like maybe if you were in 7th grade science, maybe sometime then you'd see a picture of, or 6th grade science, you've got a picture of what goes on in the fox den. We've got a couple more questions behind you. Hold on. Who is that? That's is it Aiden?
Me?
Who's behind you, Bailey? Yes.
Yeah, that's Aiden.
Aiden. So what's up, Aiden?
My uncle has one fox that lives in his basement. It's an Arctic fox.
Oh, it lives in his basement.
Yep.
And foxes are really beautiful, aren't they?
And
They are really. Do they look like a dog to you?
yeah, kind of.
Yeah, they kind of look like a dog. We see them in our yard, fox with the babies, and I guess those babies are called kits then, huh?
Yeah, and their tracks kind of look like a dog.
The tracks here kind of look like a dog here too. Yes, they do. They look. So the fox, I kind of think that the fox is probably sort of related to the dog in ways. So let's take a couple more in the back there. That's that's Ashton. So Ashton, go ahead, but speak loud, okay?
So, my dad, so when we were going to our house, we saw foxes hopping out of the house.
Huh. It's pretty. You guys are really, really lucky to live in a place like Bristol where you can see all these animals really every day. Anytime you wanted to, you could go out and see all these animals. In the back, let's see, in the blue, wait. Who is that in the blue?
And the blue, and the dark blue, and the light blue.
Right in the center. Good.
Addison.
Who's that?
Addison.
Oh, Addison, of course. It's Addie. Addie, go ahead. And then McCormick. Go ahead.
There's like this like show that it's about all animals,
Mm-hmm.
and it did foxes one time, and their den is pretty deep and large. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, that's cool. That's really neat. So you wouldn't have to even get down in a den. You could just look up what would a fox den look like, or watch a show like that, and you could see what it would look like. That's really neat.
It's about bears, foxes,
Cool.
polar bears,
That's really neat.
tigers.
McCormick, did you have something still?
Yeah. My foxes dens are actually kind of like caves.
Kind of like a cave. It is kind of like a cave. Probably the big difference is that they can dig it out. So it's in dirt instead of in rock, right? And a cave might be more like in rock. But they're real close to like a cave. That's right.
Also, like you can have a pet fox.
Mm-hmm. You can?
Too.
You could have a pet fox?
Yeah.
Okay. We have one more page to read. Let's read our last page. I think it's one more page. Over in the forest. Come on, let's take a peek. While their parents are all resting, the kids play hide and seek. Find us, say the children, from 10 to 1, then go back and start over because this rhyme isn't done. Over in the forest, there is so much to explore. Be sure to track the footprints on the mossy woodland floor. While you're counting footprints, also spy with your eyes to find more forest creatures. Every page has a surprise. And we pointed out on one of the pages, we saw the salamanders on one page, but if I were to look at the other ones, we'd probably find some other animals too. Did anybody see any other animals when you were looking at the pictures? Yes. What did you see?
I saw like a blue boat or something. It's like a blue robin or something.
Oh, okay. And these are that looks like it's something down there. I can't quite see it. What other animals besides the ones that we looked at here are ones that you might see outside? Or that you do see outside? How about birds? Are there birds that we didn't cover here that you see sometime?
Yeah, I saw some birds.
What birds? Oh,
They were like
Can- robins. There's lots of robins. So let's just get a comment or two from the couple of children that we didn't hear from yet. In the front over here in the striped sort of plaid shirt.
That's Sarah.
Sarah. And then after her, we'll go to the young lady behind her. Is that Olivia behind her? And so we'll go Sarah and then Olivia, and then we'll be done for the morning. So go ahead, Sarah.
There are. Birds do like to go in garages, don't they?
They do.
And they like to nest in the garages. But then my question is, what happens now when it's cold? And we don't have our garage doors open all the time. It makes me sad. I would rather live in a garage than in a tree. But I'm also
I would like to live in the tree because you can make a tree house. Yeah. And you can build stuff too. It's I never you can also build stuff in the garage. Yeah.
So can we hear now from Olivia, and then we can say goodbye and thank you?
Okay.
So Olivia, what did you get from this story, or what did you see?
A baby deer.
Oh, I like that. Just that big? Oh, that's so neat.
Oh, that's little.
That's really neat when you see that.
It's probably 5 months old.
All right. Mrs. Balk, thank you so much for letting me come into your classroom and for making all the technology work so well, all right?
Hey, life skill flexibility. We're learning together, right?
Absolutely. You do good, eh? All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.